What's up, guys? Welcome back to Greg Invests. I wanted to make a quick video today on how to get started. I know I went in on these other videos with a lot of terminology and a lot of things that everyone may not be familiar with, and I've had some questions on how do I get started, what's the best way to put some money in an account and physically buy your first stock. So if you've never done this, it's exciting. It's not as difficult as you might think. You don't have to be any kind of savvy business person to go open up an account and put money in it and start, I wouldn't say start trading, but I would say start investing. So start identifying some companies that you really want to own and maybe just buy one share just so you can establish a position and you can see it grow. If it goes down, you can see it go down, and maybe you want to buy more because it's on sale. And it really helps to get yourself acclimated to the emotional part of investing, because when you physically take your own money, seeing it go be deposited to your bank, then go to your brokerage and then buy that stock will give you an emotional connection to that. And while you don't want to operate based off emotion, the emotion's always going to be there. And you want to learn how to control it and how to prevent it from causing you to make bad decisions and how to manage that. So what you can do is you can set up an account on TD Ameritrade, on E-Trade, Robinhood or Webull or Popular. They're kind of geared more towards working on your phone, but a lot of these other companies have really good phone apps too. TD Ameritrade has an excellent app. It's very powerful. It's very easy to use. I don't see Robinhood being much of an advantage over it, but you can use any of those. So all you need to do is just go set up an account just like a bank account. Let's say you want to start small. Let's say you have $100. $100 will get you a share of a stock, especially right now when things are on sale, in a good company. So you can put the money in there, you can continue doing your research, and then when you're ready to purchase, go to, let's use TD Ameritrade as an example because that's the one I'm the most familiar with. Go to TD Ameritrade and just go to the menu, set up new account. Now, the first decision you're gonna have to make is, what kind of account do I need? Do I want a brokerage account? Do I want an IRA, a Roth? What am I trying to do here? So a Roth is good if you're gonna use this specifically for retirement, this style of investing. If you're not gonna need to touch the money by and large. That being said, Roth has cap limits that you can only put in right now, $6,000 a year. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. This is my understanding of things as they are right now. But Roth, you can only put in $6,000 a year. That's after-tax money, so you can let that grow and appreciate, and you can pull that money back out without being taxed, at least the way the laws are right now. The cool thing about a Roth is you can actually access your initial investment anytime without a tax penalty, meaning if you put $100 in and then in a year later it's worth $150, that'd be really cool. That's a 50% return. That may be a little aggressive, but the way the markets are right now, that's kind of opportunity certainly on the table. But for illustration purposes, let's say you, year or two down the road, you got $150 in there. Or let's say you put in 5,000 and it grows and you got 7,000 or 8,000, 9,000. You can take out the initial amount you put in. So if you put in $100, you can take out $100. You put in 5,000, you can take out 5,000 without being taxed, without any kind of penalty. That's unique in a retirement account. Usually in a retirement account, you can't touch it until you get to retirement age. Well, with a Roth, you can pull out your initial contribution. The growth, though, you can't take out without being penalized and having to pay taxes on that. So just remember that. What I would probably recommend for people getting started is a brokerage account, because you can always take that money and set up a Roth later on, or an IRA if you're not participating in that through your employer or something along those lines. It's always worth setting up a Roth even if you do have like a 401k though, because you can do it in addition to your 401k. What I would also do is I would set up a Roth and I would just put $50 in it. So in the future, if the laws change, maybe you'll be grandfathered. Meaning if they don't allow Roth anymore, they severely cut how much you can contribute to them. You already have one, you may be grandfathered. Individual brokerage account is just like a bank account. You're gonna put money in, it's gonna grow, You're going to be able to take money out anytime, no limits. You will still be taxed on your gains. That's something I'm not going to get into, but it's just like anything else in this world. If you make money, you're going to be taxed on it. So just be ready for that. Give it to your CPA if you end up making good money on this, and let them figure it out. How much do you need to get started? We've thrown out some figures, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. I would do 100 bucks at a minimum. There is no actual minimum. If you see these minimums like on Robinhood, that's 25K, that's for people who want to do day trading. That's a rule that says you have to have 25K in a US account to do multiple trades per day. That's something you don't want to get into. You want to learn how to invest for the long term, for the long haul, value investing. That's what I'm going to teach. That's what I'm going to talk about. So you don't want to worry about that. You don't need any minimum amount of money to get started in this. But what I would do is I would get at least 100 bucks. If you got 1,000, 500, that's great. If you got more than that, if you got 100,000, that's great. But 100 bucks will get you started. Go put it in the account. Go to TD Ameritrade, go to E-Trade, Robinhood, Webull. Just fill out the online forms just like anything else. Get the account set up, and then link your bank account, just like PayPal or any of these other services. Transfer the money, and you're ready to go. Once the money clears, and sometimes there's a 1 or 2 day holding period till it all clears, then you can go buy your first stock. The other thing that I would consider doing is I would set up automatic deposits, even if it's 50 bucks a week or 50 bucks a paycheck. There's a book you can read by David Bach called The Automatic Millionaire, but it basically goes into how we're conditioned that, if we don't set things up on an automated basis in today's society, it's unlikely that we will actually follow through with investing. If you got to pull money out and go put it in this other bank, and you got to do all this stuff in today's day and age, that's less appealing than if you do automatic withdrawal. If you guys have any electric or water bill or cable or payments of any kind set up on automatic withdrawal, you budget for that at the beginning of the month or whatever budget period you're working in, and you have the money sitting there and it just goes automatically. So if you set up an automatic transfer to, let's say, TD Ameritrade, so you go with them, I know you can do it with them, 50 bucks every 2 weeks, or 100 bucks or 500 or whatever you can afford, but do something that is automatic. Maybe you start at 50 and then in a year you up it to 75, and you keep upping it. You get a raise or you pay off some debt, you bump it up, because you won't even notice that money missing if you do it automatically and you progressively step up that investment. And before you know it, you got a few grand in your account sitting there to do investing with. I would, again, do at least 100 bucks, and I would buy 1 share of stock to get started. Once you have found a good company that you really want to invest in, that you really believe in, buy 1 share, especially right now when prices are on sale. Will it continue to go down? It might. It probably will to some extent. I have no way to predict that. You probably have no way to predict that. But what you can do is you can determine through hard numbers and through research what a company's actually worth, and then how much it's selling for today. And if it's giving you 50% off, I would pull the trigger. If I could go buy a house or a vehicle or a side-by-side or an RV at 50% off, I wouldn't care if it was going to go down a tad bit more. Now, I would like it if it did. I wouldn't be upset. But see, when the stock market goes down, people get upset and they panic. When the stock market goes down, to me, that's giving me an opportunity to buy things on sale. So I would encourage you to get started. There are a lot of resources out there. You can message me for help, but go set up an account, put a little money in there, and get started on this journey that is investing, and give it the opportunity to change your life. Put in the work, and it could be a big blessing to you and your family for generations to come if you are consistent and you're steady. And it all starts with one small action of setting up an account, put in a little money, and if things are going good for you, set up those automatic deposits and start building your account. And then next episode, we'll get into how do you find good companies? How do you find companies that you can understand, that have meaning to you and your family? Maybe it's an industry you work in or you're experienced with. Maybe it's something you're passionate or enthusiastic about. Music. Maybe it's Maybe it's building products, your family's in construction or you work in construction, oil and gas, the restaurant industry, the service industry, which is taking a beating right now, but that means things are on sale. So go and get your account set up. I'll be back with another episode and we will start looking at how you go find good companies that you can be comfortable investing your money in. Remember, it's not a good deal if it's not a good company. See you next time.